So from the other day we see we are dancehall goat Masicka, and don't cause me people, the man say I'm the goat, so I'm here to do the man I say. Saying so anyways, we don't see where dancehall star Masicka is basically, making a lot of statements that is making some dancehall fans very angry. You get me I say? So when you see where the G step out with the goat thing, and there is a conversation around that, a lot of fans, from Gaza and Vendetta is not pleasing with that argument. They get me I say, bag of things them I say. No, we don't see where Masicka, made another statement and what seems to be a mini interview or some questions or whatever it is. But we see where the DJ is stating that him is a man where love clash over collaboration, my people. You see, that was the question that was asked, clash or collaboration, which him prefer. And him would have stated that him love clash, and that is a thing that would have gone viral. And of course, you don't know, say there are fans of certain other artists where would have said, wait, what Masicka talk about, because oftentimes them would have suggest clash culture to the G, and you hear say it pass, and even the other day his camp and Devin the doctor was in some clash thing, and the man them walk out of the clash casually. So ones and ones don't really understand what Masicka is talking about when him say him love clash culture. A lot of people are say them don't believe the DJ. Check out what him say, my people.
Clash. Me love collab, but no, I'm not even a problem. Yo, it give me opportunity for exercise my lyrical skill, you know what I mean?
Right.
But me love collab also,
So yes, my beautiful people, that is Masicka, the dancehall goat. That the man say, people. You get me I say, so no man no premium. I work with what the artist say. You saying? But anyways, do you think Masicka loves clash culture, or you don't feel like him just say things to make people angry out here when people leave on the thoughts and comments in the comment section? And we also see where upon a more serious note, we see where the father of dancehall entertainer Foota, we see where Foota father was hospitalized. It is said that he had a stroke. You see. However, we see two very confusing statements around the whole thing. As we see where a person who is said to be the sister of Foota, we see it on Pink Wall where it was sent in, where they are stating that Foota father had this stroke and went to the Kingston Public Hospital and was there for 12 hours, and no one looked at him, my people. You see it, as we say, we see what heap of debates, Christopher Tufton I get tagged and Jones and all of them thing they pan Pink Wall, my people. Get to me and say, yeah man, and them that say the person is Charmian Thomas, who is Foota sister. However, we see a update from Foota himself, and he's stating that, he's basically giving thanks to the nurses who, dealt with him father speedily, my people. Get to me and say, according to what the entertainer wrote. So, I don't know who I tell lie and who I talk the truth, but two different arguments said speed. Get to me and say, so according to Foota, him father get you fast and quick, but according to statements from the sister, him take 12 hours to get through. So I don't know, but speedy recovery to the general. And speaking of recovery, we see where Fambo, we see where Fambo gave future Fambo would have given some updates after that health scare. We see where the entertainer suffered like a minor heart attack, my people. So we see where him took to him status and basically praise God and all of them thing there. And we see some news where state that the entertainer a plan for all get baptized and them thing there. So this is Fambo.
The Lord's name be exalted in every house and every country. There's none to like thee. There's none like thee, oh my God. Thank you. And thank all the people that, reach out. Mad love, mad respect. You know what I'm saying? Every day is a day to change, and every day you become a better person. God is good, God is great. God is amazing.
So yeah, my people, that is future Fambo, establishing that a God is the Savior and the ruler and all of that. And also, we see where the likes of Sean Paul, you don't know Sean Paul, I wanna with dancehall mega star, ones and ones that see him as one of the goats in a dancehall or the goat in a dancehall. Depends on which side of the kind you are reason from. You get to me and say, my people. However, put that aside, we see where the entertainer is giving some motivational speeches, where establish that when it comes down to word, sound and power is a very powerful thing. You see it, so you have to know where you put out in the universe and all of that, my people. So check out the Sean Paul I say quickly.
As somebody who is a mature person in life,
and I've achieved a lot. I want to say to the kids right now, there's something very important that I don't think a lot of you you know what I mean? That means I don't think you think about it a lot. And that's word sound power. You know what word sound power is? Word sound power is what you say will become things in this earth. So you have to be cognizant, or you have to be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? An idea is made by words in your head. And so for everybody doing music, know that what you say is very powerful. And it can influence people to be happy or sad.
So yeah, my people, that is the Dirty Rock bar, Sean Paul, you know, you get to me and say, yeah man, I don't know them man, they do it and him out there and him have the qualification and experience to basically speak this way. So big up to Sean Paul for the positive words. And you know, just like how dancehall ever go on one way or the other, so the political field always are going, you know. Right now, JLP and PNP is at loggerheads, even though the election just done, my people. Constitutional reform is basically the topic at this moment. You get to me and say, yeah man, I don't know, Jamaica say it would have strive to be a republic. However, you know, things are to be discussed between the PNP and the JLP, and you know, would I see where Andrew suggested that Mark Golding and Delroy Chuck, I think Delroy Chuck deal with that side of affairs there. We might suggest well them figure reason, you get to me and say, and you know, get things going and all of that. However, the PNP party would have look upon it as a condescending move. I say, yo, or if you send the big opposition leader go reason with, you know, sub leaders, so to speak. You see it. So that's where Mark Golding took to Instagram and you know other platforms and put out a statement that he wants to meet with the leader directly. You see it. Him not meet with no other man than the leader. And that's where you know the arm of the JLP, I think them name G2K, the youth arm, would have condemned the whole move and I say, yo, a styling thing Mark Golding Depan. And would have also see where the youth arm of the PNP basically would have clap back and, you know, would have clap back at the G2K. And, you know, this is what they said, my people. The truth is, G2K statements reeks of insecurities, the kind that comes from realizing that Mark Golding's intellect and composure expose the intellectual anemia of their own leadership bench. You know, and that is a statement that issue from the PNP Patriots, my people. You get to me, I say, yeah man. So basically a lot of people are say, well, you know, some people are say, I mean, you know, not take no styling from them Mark Golding, but some people are say, wait, what kind of something this? Oh, things like the constitutional reform for a politicized panda level. You see it, we don't even see where even lawyer Peter Champagne, we see where him left a comment on the article and he's stating that the last thing we need as Jamaican is this kind of incendiary exchanges between both youth arms of either party, particularly as it relates to the younger generation of politicians. There are some subjects that should rise above partisan politics and ego, and he's stating that constitutional reform is one such subject, people. So basically, man, I say, yo, you know, when it comes down to this subject, you know, whether it be JLP or PNP, you know, this should be something where I go in a one direction and not necessarily something that should be politicized, so to speak, my people. You get to me, I say, my honor the comment of the Peter Champagne, my people. A person is stating that during Andrew's swearing in, you know, talk about unity between them in terms of going forward and so forth, but recommended the opposition leader to speak to Delroy Chuck, and them would have find that as quote unquote distasteful, my people. You see it, but at the end of the day, you know, as me say, one the PNP I look on and I say, well, two major parties, so the likes of the opposition leader not supposed to speak to nobody, if I know the Prime Minister himself. However, when it comes down to the JLP, they are stating that the department in which that discussion should start is operated by Delroy Chuck, so that is the right avenue. You know, I don't know all the thoughts and views on this, and would I see where even the likes of popular entertainer Mr. Vegas would have fume on the subject, and would have blast Mark Golding and state that Mark Golding does not want Jamaica to be a republic and he want it to remain under England and all of that, my people. We have a discussion from Mr. Vegas around that subject. I am not sure if you are going to agree with him, yes or no, but this is what the man has said, my people. Check it out.
There are so much things, or so many things, excuse me, where the man ya do to open the eyes of the Jamaican people them. To let them see that him is a con man. Mark Golding don't mean the Jamaican people them any good. The man is a con man, people. This at this point, this not have nothing to do with whether you're a Labour right or PMP, you know. At this point, we as Jamaicans need to call out Mark Golding and tell him to resign from handling affairs that has to deal with that our well-being. Any affair that has to do with our well-being, Mark Golding must resign from. This not have nothing to do with whether PMP or Labour right, you know. Mark Golding is just the devil sent from hell to hold way to the British state until eternity. Remember, you know, Mark Golding sent a team, yeah, to take part in the constitutional reform process. He sent a team. The team agreed. Mark Golding agreed with face by face measures, and when everything was set and ready to be executed, Mark Golding pushing people them aside, moved to the front and said, we can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and CCJ has to be our final court. Remember saying, you know, them agree so them would do them thing then at the second phase, you know. And the man just throw him own people them under the bus and come out and say, we can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. See? Lo and behold, we found out that he was a full British citizen. When the man come out and say we can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out, he was a full British citizen. Alright. The Jamaican people them not believe we, say the man a con man. The Jamaican people them not ask for him to resign when they found out that he lied about his British status. Lied about him being a British citizen. Or misled the people. And then claim that him renounce. Went on a little vlogger platform and say, see it there. And from August, me do this thing here. And I know none of we not get no legit documentation of his renunciation. So the election run, the comrades them run behind him, them say, alright, him a one of them. Him born in Jamaica, I'm sure one little birth registration. And the election come and gone. Now that thing say, when Mark Golding was forming his shadow ministry for the member of parliament them and the people them were appointed, you know the thing say when him take the position of being directly the center, the lead on the issue of constitutional reform, you would have the thing say him serious about it. So you'd have to say to yourself, say, alright, election come and gone. Mark Golding take this position, say him want to be the direct link to the constitutional reform. So what we expect from that? We're expecting that him would have meetings with the ruling party personnel. You'd have the thing say him that be willing to meet with the person where I control the ministry there from the Jamaica Labour Party. The man say him now meet with the Delroy Chuck. Remember say Delroy Chuck I deal with the portfolio there. You know? And Mark Golding literally put himself in that position there to be the shadow minister. And the first step the people them try to make, the first approach, the first step the government make, if you say, sit down with Delroy Chuck, you agree to be the shadow minister. And we could try iron out a way forward. The man say him nah go on a meeting. Him nah have no meeting with Delroy Chuck and Andrew unless him want to meet with him. Remember say Andrew unless I deal with that, you know. Remember say Delroy Chuck a theme portfolio this, you know. It's like if you did not deal with energy, you'd have to go meet with Daryl Vaz. You see? The man literally come forward and tell the Jamaican people them say, me nah meet with Delroy Chuck. The man a play levels card upon the future of Jamaica. Mark racist Line Golding playing levels card on the future of Jamaica. This is not a Jamaica Labour Party or a People's National Party issue. This is concerning how can you trust a man where play levels with your future and your children's future? Remember saying, you know, the British state literally paid off slave owners, see? Plantation owners, human beings were sold and owned by Europeans or British or whatever you want to call them, or Scottish or whatever you want to call them. And the British state gave these people 20 million pounds for our ancestors' freedom, and they had to work off the other 20 million in apprenticeship. So this is not a PNP or a JLP thing, you know. The British state owes us a whole heap of money. And if we don't become a republic, if Jamaica does not become a republic, where we can take these people to court and demand payment for what they did to our ancestors by trading human beings like goods, like cargo. And Mark Golding seems to know this. So he's playing with your future and your children's future As long as Jamaica is owned and Jamaicans, we are still owned by the British state. We still belong to the British state. The king owns us. We are still not free. And Mark Golden is playing games. My comrades, brethren, and sistrins, belly a grung. Miss Nano teeth. Stop look on the orange something where you have tie up in your house. I wait for the next election and look on what is happening. Your leader is blocking your future and your children's future. Somehow no all and on no way out and we are come after you. Why should you die and left this earth still in captivity? Mark Golden is playing with your freedom. He does not want Jamaica to become a republic. That's a fact. If we buy a piece of land at Jamaica, we do not outright own the land. We are just holders. Because a crown land. If you buy a piece of land and the government want to cut a road through it, you can't do nothing about it because a crown land. Them just give you notice and just run tractor through it. And it have nothing to do with JLP nor PMP. It's crown land. If you and your brother and sister have a problem when you go to the court, are you versus the queen or the king? When you're going up the court and courthouse at work in the morning time, them are tell you about long live the king or long live the queen. And a bow, literally we still a bow to the king. We still use the terms them from the oppressor's playbook in the court settings. My lord and my lady. We are still enslaved. And this racist British man is playing with your freedom. And the potential for you to get reparation so we can fix up the country, take the people out of slum, take the people out of the conditions where the man living in. This is something where come on, brethren and sisters. At time now, if we get out of politics mode and start look at the bigger picture. Mark Golden, a devil. The man say him nah gonna meet him nah have no meeting with Delroy Chuck. So that means at least for the next 5 years we are sure. So we will get nowhere with constitutional reform. We're sure about that. That's how we know. Because this is the start. The Prime Minister said, Mark, make we come together and get this thing done. Left politics aside. Mark Golden upon that. This is how you know, say the man jealous of Andrew Holness. This is how you know, say the man hate the fact say Andrew Holness is running the country as the Prime Minister. Him thinks say him entitled, or him feel entitled, or him behave entitled. Like, yo, time come for me take over what my ancestors them slave people for. him feel privileged. He's acting as if he won the election. Him create some ministries when they have nothing to do with nothing. Some made up ministries. The man create some ministries. When I talk about say Andrew Wellness have so much ministers. If Mark Golding did win all, L.A. Lewis would have been minister. Chief Curry, L.A. Lewis, people from the diaspora, the man, everybody that on minister. The man behave as if him win the election, brethren. The man create ministries where the Jamaica Labour Party now have no representatives. Also ministries, him double it up. People are watch over each other's shoulder. Two people are run the same ministry as the opposition. Because what? Him hate the fact that this little youth who grew up from Spanish Town turned out to be the man we are in the country. That's why them went after Andrew Wellness so hard with this whole corruption nonsense. That's why them put people in place to try to bring down Andrew Wellness. That's why them gone on international soil and people that tag CNN and all media outlets and say the government corrupted in Jamaica, like them want to bring pressure for Andrew Wellness government. Rattigan them said them a link up them a try link FBI to investigate Andrew Wellness them. All Mark Golding wants to do is take over Jamaica and run back Jamaica in the name of his ancestors, the slave owners. The slave owners who left will after the money where them collect from the British state for the slaves them that they owned. Mark Golding must have benefited from that will or those resources that they left behind. How must that man ever want us to become a republic when it printed name DNA, the evil, the wickedness, the cruelty that his ancestors did to us is printed in his DNA. He doesn't want us to become a republic. And please know that we understand that a republic is not 100% free, but we can make some independent decisions. And we can make laws without have to get it approved by the Governor General, who represents the Queen or the King in this regard. We can't even pass laws unless we Governor General, the King of England, the man that we are England and around the country. You know, it's a time for we wake up and run with Mark Golding. You know, see that?
So yes, my beautiful people, as we said, that is another day in a politics, you get to me and say, yeah man, that is how Mr. Vegas is viewing it. You see, he's basically stating that direct styling thing Mark Golding deal with Anna Sykes, and as we say, other PNP members would say, well, the JLP is condescending for basically recommend the likes of the opposition leader to a person who is not the prime minister. You get to me I say, but once I look on it and I say this thing supposed to be something with us not supposed to be politicized. And we personally would agree with that, but we still have to keep it real, say, regardless of what to politicize or what not to politicize. In Jamaica, man, them politicize everything in there. You get to me I say, yeah man, if the rain fall, somebody blame Andrew Wellness or I blame Mark Golding. So it is no stranger to me if you see the man them go at each other on a style with this whole thing, my people. It's unfortunate though, you get to me I say, but at the end of the day, when we see how it play out, you know, big up on yourself and bless up on yourself and tell me on the thing. Catch you on another one. I'm out.